What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? In October 2018, 27-year-old Kierra Coles went missing in Chicago after calling in sick to her job at the U.S. Postal Service. Kierra was 3 months pregnant, in love with the job she had worked 3 years to get, and was excited about her life, especially since she was about to become a mother. Kierra's boyfriend and soon to be father of her child was Joshua Simmons. The couple had been together for 6 years, but Joshua also had a relationship with another woman who he had fathered children with before. On the night of Kierra's disappearance, video shows her leaving the apartment with her boyfriend, going to the ATM, withdrawing $400, and giving it to her boyfriend. The next day, Kierra was nowhere to be found. But check this out, fam. Surveillance video shows her boyfriend, Joshua, going to her house and removing some items. Kierra's mother said that Joshua was at her apartment as the police searched her apartment. She was there with Joshua. She asked Joshua, had he seen Kierra? And Joshua said no, but he had talked to her. The mother said she found out that was a lie. She also said that Joshua kept switching up his story, changed his story multiple times. And get this, fam, watch this. Joshua dipped shortly after the murder, and I'm calling it what it is, fam. I know she's a missing person. They still have her down as a missing person, but we know what it is, fam. This dude, I'll call it a disappearance, all right? Shortly after Kierra disappeared, dude actually moved out of state with another one of his baby mothers. Let me explain something to you, fam. Anytime you have a man who has multiple children or has children with another woman, he don't want other children. And a woman is pregnant by that man, she can very well put her life in peril. She could very well be in jeopardy. Her life could very well be in jeopardy. Because some men will do the unthinkable. They will make sure that that baby never sees the light of day. And they'll do whatever they have to do. Exhibit A, Ray Caruth. Look them up. And what's crazy is that, is it really worth it? Like, when you really think about that, man, like you would, before you bring a baby into the world, you want to kill the woman? You know, what about just taking some responsibility and say, man, you know what? Greater man than me have had to walk this path. You know, I messed up. I really didn't want to be with this woman, but I had a baby with her. You know, I slipped up, man. I let my second head I let my small head do the thinking for me. And man, I'm just gonna deal with this, man. I gotta deal with it. But time and time again, this happens. This is why really, like, you should really get to know the person that you're going to procreate with. You should really know, and that person should want that child just as much as you want the child. There has to be some discussions, you know, so you can know where you stand, you know. You can never underestimate what a person will do, you know. You don't know. You be thinking just because a person you don't know, have any knowledge of a person doing something so heinous. You don't know. You don't know what a person would do. That's a huge chance. I don't understand why anyone would want to have a child with somebody who doesn't want a child. You know, And that goes both ways. That goes for the men too. For men who want to have children with a woman who don't want children. Why would you want to try to trap that woman to get her pregnant? She's going to be a horrible mother. Likewise, a dude who doesn't want the child, he's going to be a horrible dad. Why put your child at that type of social disadvantage? Children deserve the love, the attention, the affection, the time, the consideration, the adulation of both parents, father and mother. They need that balance. I do believe that the boyfriend is guilty. All signs point toward him. And I was about to say I don't know why they haven't arrested him yet. Chicago police are horrible people. You damn near have to pass a horrible test to get in. Your litmus test has to be a horrible test. Like, character got to be horrible in order to become a police officer in Chicago. They haven't solved a missing person case in 50 years. If you're a missing black person, especially a missing black woman, they're not going to solve the case. You can just pretty much forget it. The only way the case gets solved is somebody come forward and say, yo, here's the evidence. And even then, they may deny the evidence. This is not the evidence. We see the video of him doing that, but did that really happen? Do you really want to give us this video? Because we really don't want to accept this video because this is not what we do. We don't solve cases. We just kind of like write down what you're saying. We really don't even keep notes. Sometimes we just go by memory. Okay, tell me what you heard. Don't even record it. Just tell me what you heard. Okay, all right, hearsay. Chicago police are horrible, horrible, horrible human beings and very incompetent. Very, very incompetent. Very, very racist. All of that stuff. A bunch of uncivilized mutts. That's right, I said it. This case should have been solved. Now, if Kierra was a police officer, you better believe that the boyfriend would have been arrested by now. They would have solved the case by now. They would have checked out surveillance footage for miles and miles and miles. You ever notice how when a police officer get killed, they always seem to there's a gridlock on the city and they find the killer inside 6 hours? The killer, we already identified the killer, and they catch the killer like that. So they know how to do it if they want to do it. The problem is they don't want to do it, especially if you're black. So I don't even know how this is going to end. It sounds like to me that there's going to have to be some type of outside legal influence here. Somebody from the outside is going to have to come in and take this on because Chicago police cannot be trusted, and they're not interested in solving this case. This case should have been solved. They got the suspect on camera, actually inside of the car with her. They got the so-called person of interest. He's not a stranger. He's Joshua. They got this dude Joshua on camera getting inside of the car with her. They got him on camera going inside of her house after she disappeared, after her mother reported her missing. They got him taking items from her house. They got him getting back, parking her car without her present, bringing the car back, parking the car, getting out, coming back, and no arrest. With that type of action, you would think that he was a police officer. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?